Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. What were you thinking? That it was over with football because the World Cup is taking a break for 2 days? You were totally wrong. Why? Because today Juventus is back on the field. No, I'm not speaking about La Continassa, about trainings. I'm speaking about a real game, an important one, I will even add, in Champions League 11 versus 11. Yes, I'm speaking about our beloved Juventus, and I'm speaking especially in that case about Juventus women that will play in Champions League versus Arsenal. A super important game because it will be the fourth one in Champions League. Juventus still undefeated after winning versus Zurich 2-0, drawing Lyon and drawing Arsenal in our home. This time it will be a crucial and important game versus Arsenal. For the people that are asking, Beppe, is it possible to watch it? I believe it's for free on YouTube, but I will be on the Twitch channel of Juventus, so you can always pop in and say hello. The game starts at 9 p.m. Italian time. Peromagnan in the goal with Rosucci that will be in the center of the defense, with Lenzini and Boattin on the wings, at least as fullbacks, and Salvai Cecilia for the four women defense. 3-3, that's the midfield and the offensive power, with Grosso, Pedersen and Caruso, and then up front we have Bonansea, Girelli and Berenstain, the one that was able to score the first goal. Hopefully you are all doing well and prepare for the video where we will speak about, yes, Juventus, not only Juventus women, where we already spoke about, but now also the boys that are back on the field. We will speak, of course, about the other topic that all of the Juventini are obliged to follow, unfortunately. Yes, plusvalenza, salary, and all these kind of things. With Gazzetta dello Sport, I already anticipate you with a totally shock page today. Of course, they have to sell the papers. Anyway, hopefully you are putting a maximum of likes, subscribing to the channel. We start immediately with Tutto Sport. Plusvalenza Pogba. I know, especially in the other countries that are not Italy, when we see the word plusvalenza, at the moment we are all scared because it means profit, and that's one of the problems why Juventus is investigated at the moment. But no, Guido Vassiago, director of Tutto Sport, is playing a bit with the world, provoking a bit, because plusvalenza Pogba, profit Pogba, he will not be on the market, but probably it will be a new signing for that January 2023 team of Juventus. Yesterday he was in the fitness room, he was not on the field. Today he will be back on the field, Pogba. Yesterday the agent of Pogba spoke. She said that he was totally again in shape and ready. He couldn't wait again to start with the team. He will not train with the team yet now, but attenzione, because with Pogba and with Chiesa there is some hope. Hope for the run for the scudetto. Today it's something that is not possible, nearly impossible. It's utopia, but who knows? Who knows if all what happened to Juventus will stick the team even more and going win after win after win. Anyway, yesterday when I saw the guys, I was a bit like Perin. I was running with the arms wide open, so happy that I was to see our boys back on the field. Perin, Locatelli, we also saw Federico Chiesa. It was just fantastic. Also Ake was there yesterday. Big surprise for me. Well, yes, the Polpo, the octopus, is motivated. In the Tutto Sport page, a double page about the comeback of the boys. Chiesa is already sprinting towards Cremonese. Yesterday I received a question while I was live. Beppe, what do you think? Chiesa will be a starter versus Cremonese? I believe so. I believe that he will take really benefit of the time that is really without the international players at La Continassa to go full power and to win a spot as a starting player. But in what kind of formation, we will see it with Gazzetta dello Sport in a second. Juve si riparte da Pogba. Juve, we start back from Pogba. That should be the additional value for Juventus. And also with Max Allegri, that will have two jobs. One, technical, on the field, formation, training, blah 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 blah, but also mental coach. It's something that I'm telling you and repeating you since that we heard the resignation from all the board of directors, with imprimis also Pavel Nedved. Mental coach for the team, sticking together, making abstraction from all the noises that are surrounding Juventus. We have good news about the World Cup also, because Alexandro could potentially be back for the quarter-final with Brazil, and Di Maria as well for the Netherlands. Two players that hopefully will not get any other injuries, because we need them with us really soon, from the moment that they finish the World Cup. Well, there was Gazzetta dello Sport that was speaking about waiting for Di Maria. Let's see when he will come, but in the meanwhile Chiesa is there and Pogba nearly. How can Juventus line up in the future, or at least in January? We continue with that 3-5-2 with Bonucci, Danilo and Bremer in the center of the defense in front of Szczesny, and then some newness, because here is the biggest newness. Kostic will remain on the left side, Locatelli and Rabiot in the middle next to Pogba. Pogba will be there a bit more on the left side with Rabiot a bit more on the right, and then on the right wing we have Federico Chiesa in that 3-5-2, a role maybe more a bit on the left side. This time he will be on the right side, that he already partially played when he subbed in Kostic at the end of Serie A 2022. Di Maria and Vlahovic up front. Is that a good formation, guys? Is that the best one? Some people will tell me, Beppe, where are Fagioli, where are Miretti? Gazzetta is putting them on the bench. Another one that will play, even if he will not renew with Juventus, is Adrien Rabiot, where Olivier Giroud was speaking about how exceptional the start of the French Juventus midfielder was at the World Cup. He said that he was like a Formula 1, like a Formula 1 player in the middle of the field. He covers the holes and makes impressive runs. He also has the ability to project himself forward. He is a very important player to us. He's speaking about the French national team. We have to say that this season Adrien Rabiot is also an important player for Juventus, but you will have to say already goodbye to him. Not in January probably, who knows, but probably also in June. Gazzetta dello Sport, I told you, shocking page of Gazzetta dello Sport. No, they are not speaking about Beppe Marotta. We will come back on the potential comeback of Marotta, but they are going with Paura Juve, with a really strange Photoshop of Allegri. Really strange. Paura Juve, fearing Juve, scared Juve. Why? Well, because they are saying that the club is already telling to the shareholders there is a risk that we are out of the European competition. There is a risk that we are out of Serie A. There are some doubts on the financial books 2022. Well, if I read the paper of Gazzetta dello Sport, if I stop at the clickbait titles, I'm scared. I close the video. I'm scared. I will hide myself. I don't know where, but you don't see me anymore for 3 days on the channel. But when you are starting to dig, when you open the double page, when we really inform you, what do you see? They are obliged. I also worked in management, you know it. Financial part was a part of me. I'm not an accountant, but I know a bit of finance well. In terms of projections, in terms of forecast, you're obliged to take risks into consideration, and this is what Juventus actually is doing. They take the biggest potential risk, they put them there so that the shareholders can also anticipate if the biggest worst nightmare is happening, what is happening to us. That's normal, but of course Gazzetta dello Sport is making a big title about it. Or can I tell you, don't worry, everything will be fine? No, this is not what I'm telling you, but I want you to be balanced and take a middle way before being scared or alarmed like they are putting in Gazzetta dello Sport. L'allarme. Don't be alarmed yet, but pay attention, you never know. Take everything into consideration, everything and nothing. What about Juve? Well, they continue saying that there are some voices again from London that Juventus would be on sale for 2 billion euro. This time it was reported by Il Giornale. We were already speaking about that with Corriere dello Sport in the last day. Corriere dello Sport, that this time they put it a bit aside and they go with Juve against everyone. We are in regola. What does that mean? We are clean. We are clean. Juventus against everyone. Juve contro tutti. Well, against tutti, against everyone. Not really, because yesterday in the parliament there is the minister of the Giustizia, the justice minister, that spoke about the leaked interception, leaked phone calls, not really referring to Juventus, but really in general. And he said that he wants to work about it because he wants to make it a rule that we have to pay attention to these leaked interceptions, mails, phone calls, because today you just read and you're actually immediately doing the process before teams or people or whatever, or companies going to courts, because these interceptions are already, because of the mass that are reading them, like it is a sentence, a verdict. And this is absolutely not true. So yesterday they were speaking about this in the parliament, so who knows, it can maybe help Juventus for the future, that they have to stop with this leaked information. But attenzione, because I told you Beppe Marotta, while in a video I was telling you about two different ways, or a general director with Alessandro Del Piero back, there was also the possibility of having Beppe Marotta. It was quite fast that small rumors was there reported on the video, but today they are speaking about it in La Repubblica. They are saying Juventus is changing again, revolution in the summer with the temptation of Marotta next to Allegri, depending also of course about the result of Allegri. A lot of people are already thinking about Marotta plus Conte. Marotta has a contract until 2025 with Inter, but he would be tempted anyway, if possible, to come back to Juventus. Is it true or not? I have absolutely no idea. World Cup words not too long. Well, we know the 8 possible teams or national team that can win the World Cup. We have the Netherlands versus Argentina, Croatia versus Brazil, England versus France, Morocco versus Portugal. Is this what you were thinking at the start of the World Cup? More or less. I don't know if a lot of people would have bet on Morocco being there in the quarterfinals. The 4th African team to qualify after Cameroon, Senegal and Ghana. It is time for Morocco, North African team, to shine at the World Cup. Will they stop or will they be able to beat Portugal after beating yesterday Spain? Spain again defeated like in 2018 at the penalties. At the time it was versus Russia, this time versus Morocco. A lot of possession, 77% possession. It was not enough to beat Morocco with Hakimi with a kind of panenka il cucchiaio yesterday, the last penalty. Yesterday there was also Portugal versus Switzerland with a 6-1 for Portugal that really impressed a lot of people. They were playing fluidly, really beautiful offensively. They didn't stop. They scored from the beginning of the game until the end. Well, yesterday it looks like it was not only Portugal versus Switzerland, but it was also what is Ronaldo doing? How is Ronaldo reacting during the anthem? A lot of cameras, instead of doing actually the pictures and filming the people from the national team of Portugal that was singing, they were all turned back to Cristiano Ronaldo that was on the bench next to Cancelo. Yesterday, that young player number 26 from Benfica, hat-trick for Portugal. Big choice from the coach there that said now it's time for him to play. Will he continue with him? Seems logical, also versus Morocco, or will Cristiano Ronaldo come back? Big question. I don't know about Cristiano Ronaldo. I want to wait a few weeks, but at the moment he's absolutely not an example in terms of behavior. Something that a lot of people already knew in terms of his own ego, thinking about himself. Yesterday, not a beautiful spot for football. Anyway, Star Sport from UK is going full power with License to Kill. Really strange title because they will play versus France. Every single day they go totally crazy about how creative can we be with some titles. Pay attention to what you write, because License to Kill in a front page of a paper, even if we are speaking about football, it's still a bit strange. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this news. Let me know the one that actually shocked you the most. Let me know the one that you love the most. Don't forget to put, as always, a maximum of likes on the channel. Thank you, grazie, forza, Juve.